Hey guys, it is Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Got a short little instrumental from Slayer today. I was running a little low on time, so I thought, this would be a fun one to do. We're going to learn how to do Delusions of Saviour. This one's got some harmony guitar work in it, but I'm going to show you how to play it with just really, you can kind of play it as a two-guitar band pretty easy. Those harmony lines are recorded independently, and it's obvious, but you can kind of play them as power chords. So I'll show you how to do that. Anyway, before I get into it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell so you know it's a new video. You can like and comment and all that fun stuff. And if you really want to support what I do here on YouTube or anywhere online, the link in the description is the way to do it. It is my Guitar Academy. That is how I stay alive. That'll give you a free 7-day trial too. My Guitar Academy contains all my courses, full access with one subscription across all major app platforms. I go live there with Academy members every weekend so they can ask me questions in real time. So it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff, many hours of coursework over there, and I guide you through it the whole way. We'll kind of give you personalized support while you're going through my courses. So please go check it out. Free 7-day trial by clicking that link. All right, so we're here tuned down a half step. So we got to tune the old guitar down a half step. Got it? That's pretty quick, but use the tuner. So anyway, we're in E flat standard, and now you're ready to go. So I'm gonna kind of just do this with one little quick tone here, kind of rolling off the volume a little bit. So kind of, it's not quite a clean tone that he's using. There's a little bit of hair on it, so I just kind of do that by just rolling off the main gain sound I'm going to be using for when it really kicks in. And we're going to have this, going to hit this low E open, and then, so kind of you want to keep that E string ringing, and then I'll just do that melody on the A string. Now, I don't actually see any videos. They have videos on YouTube of this going into, with this kind of the intro to the album. But they don't, I think it goes into Repentless, but they're not actually playing. It's always behind a curtain. It's just a pre-recorded track. So I have seen any actual video of them playing it. So if you see, if he's playing it, or who knows? But so I can't get some official video of it, which I usually like to do. But anyway, so we're gonna play it here, and it makes sense a little bit easier. Roll that off a little bit more. So that melody. So that's just gonna be 5, 7, 8 on the A string, back down to 7. And then you're gonna slide into the 10th fret, back down to 8, and then 7, 8, 7. Let's repeat that. Now the 4th time through, after you do that slide to 10, you're just gonna go back to 8 and hit that a couple times and hold it. And then you repeat the whole riff again. All right, so now especially the second time he plays through that riff, you start hearing some E5 hits. So they're kind of building the track as they go. So you'll start hearing that underneath that melody. So kind of 2 guitars you need there. And then we get that kind of really the full band starts kind of kicking into one big rhythm. And that's when we have a kind of a wah riff that's going on, and another riff that's kind of just playing the rhythm underneath it. So let me play the rhythm underneath it first. Looks like this. All right, so I'm kind of kind of starting with this E5, but I'm hammering on from the A string to the second string. You really hear that very well in the wah part. That's what's going on in the wah. But we're going to do it in the rhythm underneath it, because it makes it sound like you're sliding into that chord. And then you're going to go that first fret power chord back to the E. So it's, and then we're going to do that again, hammer. And this ending here, the second time, is the power chord of the third fret to 1. Then we go back through it again, starting with the hammer. So that 1-0 power chord. So that's the third time through. And then the fourth time through it, we play that 3-1 again, but we hold them longer. It's not da-da, it's not that riff anymore. So kind of the first half of this section is this. Then we're going to do this, this whole riff again, but we're going to do it with, the ending is going to be a little different. So it goes. That right there. So the first time through, we did it. Sorry, the tuner flipped up. 3-1. We're going to do 4-1. So the second time I'm playing that riff there, it's going to kind of 2 times through is the whole section there. You're going to change that from the 3-1 to the 4-1. That'll match, will closer match at least what's going on with the wah part. Now, what's going on with the wah part? Kind of hard to pick out all the notes exactly with this because there's so much heavy wah in it, but it's pretty close to this. All right, so that's gonna start with this. I'll do it without the wah. So we're gonna start with this. So it's really kind of working like at a fifth above what we're doing. Or kind of the top note there. So it's kind of, so I'm hammering it at 0-2 on the A. And then 3-2. And then the hammer 0-2 again. Then 5-3 on the A. Back to this 0-2. 3-2. So it is. And once again, like in the rhythm part, it still does 5-3 again, but it does it slower. And then the second time through, when he starts to riff around the second time, this is when he starts kind of moving around. So it sounds like here he starts at hammering 0-2 on the A, picking it a few times. He's gonna kind of slides into the 7th fret on the low E string, then plays 5, hammer 7 on the A, and then pull back off the 5. And so we get this. And then you're gonna go back to the hammer again, and then kind of does a similar lick again. He kind of goes into it quicker because he's setting up this. Just 5, 4, 3, 0 on the low E. And then we're gonna match the 2 chords that we ended without the wah. That 4-1 chord that ends it. So out of that, it goes back into the. You obviously have the E5 hit, so it goes back into that melody again, and then back into that kind of wah riff section again. So it kind of repeats those 2 sections, does it 2 times, And then we get to the harmony sections. So the harmony sections, of course, have this rhythm part that goes, kind of keeps hitting that E5 at the beginning of each melody. Just keep hearing that. And then at the very end, then there's that at the very end that kind of matches what's going on in the harmony stuff with lower voice power chords. That sets the power chord to the 6th fret of the low E and the 1st fret, and then 0, 1, 0. So that's what's going on. It's pretty simple, just E hits and then that little tag at the end, at the very end of the song. So let's talk about the harmony section. So this one's pretty easy. The harmony section, both harmony sections can be done with just one guitarist. It's not recorded like that. It's obviously played one note at a time. That's how they get that little kind of independent sound. They're all kind of a little bit different vibrato on each one of those. But if you have two guitar players, you need one doing these hits and one doing that, and then you can kind of just cheat it and have one guy play all the harmony parts on top. And the reason why that's possible is we have this first time you hear the harmony, it's done in a fourth. So you hear a 2-part harmony. The original melody that we did, so you hear that original melody there, but it's being harmonized up a fourth. And all that is the string just beneath it, so the D string, same exact fret. And other than that, it's played the exact same way, so you can just do it. So it's just played the same way we did the melody earlier, just that fourth time. Kind of hangs out on the 8th fret, but it's being played on both of the strings at the same time. Like I said, recorded individually, but you can play them like that and kind of cheat it. And then, so after you're playing that riff one time through, when it pauses here, then it changes and plays the same riff again, but harmonized a 5th higher and an octave higher. So we had this original still in there, but instead of now harmonizing that note off this note, a 4th higher, it harmonizes it a 5th. And then an octave. Now, so basically you can, if you have 4 guitar players in your band, one doing the rhythm and one playing each harmony section, then you have one guy doing the original harmony, another one doing a 5th higher, so that's on the 7th, starting on the 7th fret on the D string and play the exact same way. And then one starting at the 7th fret on the G string, which is the exact octave up from where we started. Or you can just put those all together in one big power chord because it's the same thing. So every single. That's what's going on in that second half of the harmony section. They're just basically playing a power chord with each line played separately. So we can just go from the 5th fret power chord off the A string, 7, 8, 7. And then 10, 8, 7, 8, 7. And then the 4th time through, they kind of complete it. They don't just hold that note, they kind of slow it down as well. But that's when you do that in the lower part. And that's about it. So you can pull it off with 2 guitars. It's a quick little 2-minute intro they have for the album, but it's very demonic. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.